Alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at rambalisfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's,
we care.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 15th of January. And welcome to those on Facebook, welcome to you on YouTube, welcome to you on X, and also welcome to our folks checking us out, viewing us on DBS television. Welcome to Harddrive. My name is Andre Paul, and today I have with me the beautiful, the very, very beautiful Lady J. Lady J, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. Happy Thursday. Yes. How you doing?
I'm well. I had some interesting calls this morning on what's on your mind. Very, very interesting calls, especially what's happening there in the U.S. with the whole visa issue. So how many countries now on this list of countries who basically being told if you want to apply for a green card, right, you got to come good. Yeah, you got to come good. Yeah, as long as you see you're not going to come good, I think
you'll be rejected.
Yeah, they're even saying that they're going to check your your profile, your social media profile, and so on.
They do that. They have always done that, Andre.
Well, I'll tell you something. If they check mine, they can't get jack.
You have one?
No.
Andre, you know, I hear you say they can't get jack, but let me tell you, they follow it all the way to REV-UP St. Lucia.
So they'll go on Facebook. On Facebook. Yeah. Oh, well, if they do that, boy, I'm in serious trouble.
And listen to you. Yeah. And will listen to you. And
yeah.
Trust me.
But they would have to reject me on the basis that maybe, I give them too much pressure.
Andre, they will not reject you. You're only going there and you're leaving. You're not going to be staying.
That's what I'm
people
saying.
Like us, they're not going to do that for us.
They wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't be only going for a few days. We don't want to stay in their country. We don't want to stay in their country.
Especially
we don't
me.
Stay in their country, man.
Well, I lived in the U.S. for 4 years. And I think, I was in New York City. All due respects. Let me tell you, I graduated, I think it was a Monday. By the Wednesday, I was out already.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was out. I already did all my plans, arrangements, everything. Wow. By Wednesday, I was out.
So, Andre, you didn't have a little chick over there yet?
I had a few.
Okay, a few would be easier to leave. Yeah, a few would be easier to leave. Andre.
Story of my life.
Well, let's hope you stop that with your story of my life.
I'm Donald Trump, I tell 35,000 lies in 1 year.
Don't put that on yourself, Andre. Can you imagine that?
35,000 lies? That's a record. That should be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Probably will get there.
The most lies in 4 years.
You never know. It might probably get there.
And listen, what they're saying about the man is true, 35,000 lies. And then we're still winning an election. What more you want again? Why?
When you have money, Andre, and you can have people to come and really put in money for you to get into power, and that's exactly what he did.
You're right. So, Janice, you are so right.
Once you have that sort of support,
powerful,
you will make it.
You're powerful, you're rich, you have influence. That's it.
Yeah.
I remember there's a certain gentleman, I wouldn't mention his name. He was in St. Lucia for a number a number of years, and he was catching his royals, boy. Things were rough.
Mm-hmm.
And he left St. Lucia. He went to Guyana. Okay, and one day I was at HTS. I see somebody coming, walking, into the compound, and the man have about 100 rings, gold rings on his fingers, right? Chains, right? Long gold chains. I say, hey, that's a drugs man. What a man come and do that? So when he got close, I realized who he was. I actually recognized him. And he came in and he said to me, "You remember me?" I said, "Yes, of course I remember you." He said to me, "Yeah, look at me now. He said, "Money works." You know the rest already.
Yeah. BULLSHITTALKS. That's right.
Yes, his life changed because right now, man, he's rich. You understand?
But I bet he didn't tell you how that money came through to him.
I never had a chance. He left right away. I think he would make a point. Yeah, that look at me now. Yeah.
Well, for some people who go over to the States, admittedly, they do well. They work hard. These people really work hard. Leave their beds at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, try to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs,
Yeah.
And these are serious people who don't just want to keep active, but want to make some money, But at the end of the day, let's look at some of the St. Lucians who do that. Go over there, make all that money, come back home, start building. Andre, they don't even live to see the house.
That's true. Yeah.
A lot of them.
And they fall, either that or they fall ill. In fact, one time I remember the authorities were saying that most of the heart attacks were occurring in the north of the island. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Who was saying that?
The authorities. Yeah, people
that right?
those involved in the ambulances and so on. Yeah, people talk.
Well, when I was going up yesterday, traffic was really heavy. And one was coming down. I have no idea because I didn't see any accidents, but it was really heavy traffic yesterday going up.
So you're right, and I think we should all aim to be wealthy, right? I think we should all aim to be people of influence. And when I say influence, let me explain what I mean. That you have links, okay? You have links not only with the common man, you also have links with the people of influence. You understand? Okay? So we need to work on those things. But in between that, it doesn't mean you have to be a mean person. You could still be a very, very nice person. And I know a few people
mean
like that.
doesn't always mean that you have or you don't have,
No,
it's
I'm
just
saying,
an individual.
No, I'm saying we should aim for that.
Aim for that.
Yeah, we should aim to be wealthy, right? And it's not that difficult. If we only knew certain
just remain
things.
humble, in other words.
If we knew what for example, if I knew what I know now, right, I'd probably been a millionaire already. It's that you learn a little too late, right? But it's never too late. At least you can be half a millionaire or something like that, right? So I was saying,
still around, Andre?
So nothing wrong with being rich. Nothing wrong in being a person of influence, because remember, when Jesus Christ died, not even his disciples could go get his body. It had to take a rich man because he had influence with the king. You understand? And there's a story in the Bible where I think it was Elisha. When Elisha had gone to a particular place, he met a lady who was really, really nice to him. Okay? And Elisha said to her, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And she said, "No, I'm fine." He said, "You sure? Would you like a favor from the king?" That's a man of God who has influence, right? And I think that a lot of our pastors in St. Lucia right now don't have that kind of influence, right? Where Elisha was able to say, "Can I ask the king for a favor for you?" That's huge. That's influence. So I'm saying we should strive to be rich. We should strive to be people of influence, but we must also strive to be good people, nice people.
Remain humble.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So,
Andre, one of the things we haven't spoken about, I mean, I brought it up on the entertainment news, is the Nobel Laureate Festival. We didn't give a little, talk on this one because the theme this year is, celebrating excellence, honoring our legacy, shaping our tomorrow. And that's running right onto the last day of the month. There are a series of talks and lectures going on, and people who are interested in that should be a part of it. And if they want more information, they can go onto Facebook let me see if I have the Facebook. Yes, Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia. That's the Facebook name, and get some more information on that. So, in memory of our two Nobel laureates, we're the only country or the only island and country with two Nobel laureates. So we should be happy. 80,000 people, 238 square miles. Andre, we should be proud of that.
I agree. I agree. So no doubt you'll be using your platform here at REV-UP to disseminate much more information. I think that's great stuff.
I'll be going on their social media page to get some information. Or if they're listening, they can always give me a shout out and.
And you had some interesting stuff yesterday on your show. I think dealing with surgeries and so on. You spoke about that.
Yeah, the riskiest three, the top three, Andre. Ooh, that's how I felt when I was checking it out. But Andre, it's an opportunity for us to live a little longer. And if you've got the money for the surgery and you gain that confidence, you believe in your surgeon, the doctors, why not? I mean, some of us, like they say, didn't make it, and they gave the percentage and so on. But Andre, I mean, when I think of giving birth, Andre, I gave birth overseas, right? Because I was living overseas.
Really?
Consuelo wasn't born here. She's a citizen of
St.
Lucia, yeah. But she wasn't born here.
But right now, that's with Donald Trump, he's making that very difficult to happen right now.
Well, in Malaysia,
Very
where she was
difficult.
born, it was also the problem
if
too.
If they suspect now, you come into the U.S. to have a child, ship you back. So things are changing.
Yeah, well, I was there for 2 years or so before. But you have to be in the country for 7 years, Andre, for you to have gotten it.
That's in Malaysia?
Yeah. So she was born in Malaysia. So her passport
she was born in Malaysia.
That's right.
All right. So she's Malaysian. Wow.
Yeah.
Has she been back there? Has she been this year?
When she was
Really?
about 17, 18. So if they're listening, let me say it's night time for them. So Slamat Malam. Morning is Slamat Pagi. So just in case, apa kabar?
What is that?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I said good night. I said good night to...
I thought that was a new version of Creole.
No. I said good night to the Malaysians because they speak...
Plaka.
No.
The thing that you just said there.
So I said good night to them. And, it's morning for us. So I also said good morning. And I said, how are you? Apa kabar?
Okay.
How are you? Yes.
Apa kabar?
Yeah. You see how you get it? It's easy. Apa kabar? Yeah. So, but you have to sing it, the way they sing.
Yeah.
Apa kabar? That's how they speak.
Oh, that's how they say it? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
they kind of sing it when they say it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, and I still have lovely friends and her godmother and father in Malaysia still communicate. Yeah. So anyway, Andre, 7 years, yes, you've got to be in the country, and we didn't have any difficulties. I mean, the law is the law, and you just abide by the law. So all we had to do is to try and get a passport for her from St. Lucia, get all the information from Malaysia, send it to St. Lucia. And then when my mom did all of that time John Compton was in the Prime Minister. So we were able to get that, and it was sent to us, not quick pack, the other one, whichever way. So we got that in time. And it's just simply written, born in Malaysia, and citizen of St. Lucia. And of course, she had to get her citizenship, which she has. So, I mean, she is. And we came back to the Caribbean when she was about 3 or 4 years old. Not that we didn't leave again, but we came back to the Caribbean when she was that age. And, it's funny because she still remembers quite a lot of things in Malaysia. She still remembers, she can still say, she still knows how to say mom. She still knows how to say thank you. Some basic things, she still remembers.
All right. Hey, let's say good morning to our very beloved Kina.
Yes,
morning,
Kina.
Morning, Snow. Hope all is well.
Kina has not even answered me. Kina, where are you? Are you up in the air? Where are you, Kina? We're worried. Answer. I'm concerned, Kina. I'm concerned.
Yeah. Let me tell you, something crossed my mind. Was it yesterday? I was in the city yesterday, and a lot of traffic issues, right? Especially Brazil Street. Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare. I hardly traverse that street unless, of course, I'm heading up north. Then I may drive from Manuel Street and then go up to Brazil Street because it's a little less cumbersome. But if you're heading down south and you're going on Brazil Street, you have to deal with all those vehicles parked on the side.
It's
I don't like
good
that.
to just go straight down Brazil Street and then turn onto the chaussee and onto Calvary Road, and you're up in. It's easier for me if I do it that way than to go through Bridge Street. I'm always stuck right there on Bridge Street. Yeah.
And Brazil. Was the other one again? Jeremy Street. A whole bunch of them. So
stuck right there.
I was driving yesterday on Miku Street, and something just crossed my mind. I said, let me just share that. I know people are going to take a turn in my skin for saying it, but I was thinking, right? Let me hear your take on that. I said, but all that space where you have the Derek Walcott Square there, as you mentioned about the Nobel laureate, Derek Walcott Square. Why do we need to keep the square there? I mean, can't we move that to some other place and use that? That's prime property there. I mean, we can have more roads to make things a lot easier. I was just thinking about that.
No, Andre,
what do you think?
Tongue. No. That's no. Andre, leave it just like that. This is our town. I mean, would you go to other countries?
Sorry. City.
This is
Not
our
town.
city. Yeah. Correct. Thank you for the correction.
You're welcome.
And you go to other islands, other countries, and there is something similar to that. But maybe
the
even
thing is,
bigger. Yes, you're right. They may have more room, as in more road space and so on. But Andre, I don't know where else we would be able to put that. I think where it is just a perfect place. And I don't know if it's because I was born and saw it, and we used it for other Asu Square and all those things, and lights, the festival of lights and all of that. But I wouldn't want to know that they are shifting what we call the square.
Yeah, Derek Walcott Square.
Derek Walcott Square. Before it was Columbus Square, I think.
Yeah, just a thought.
I mean, can you imagine if they were to change it and put Georgia Fifth Park, which is the gardens, move it there?
Why not?
Andre,
that's
to me,
a good idea.
Andre, to me,
thanks for saying that.
There is the space there, but I thought that space would be perfect for our commute, meaning we have an area to get to the bus. So when you speak to someone and you say, how do I get to the bus? Andre, there's so many bus areas.
You're talking about just the Fifth Park, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where you get the Grosse Lake bus as well.
So,
but there are other areas that you have to go to get this bus and that bus. If you're going to Marcia, you're going towards Chaussee. If you're going to Viewfort, you have to go towards Castries, Upper Mon Road. Why not put all the areas in one space, say similar to Barbados and some of the other countries, in one space, and you just go there?
Yeah.
As
I said,
so that's why I thought that area should be for that.
Just the thought I had yesterday. I'm saying, but we have so many vehicles in St. Lucia, and we just keep getting more and more and more. And of course, our population is growing, and you have people who are want to have a brand new vehicle. So we're going to have a serious problem with traffic in the next 20, 30 years. It's going to be really, really bad. So I was just saying to myself, but just have all that space is just there. It's just there, Very
it's
few
not
people.
just there, Andre.
Very few people
are chilling.
Very few people.
I see even our tourists chilling.
Very few of us in St. Lucia go to chill there. I can remember the last time I've sat on any one of those benches that they have there.
Yeah, because they look better now. Andre, they were terrible. We couldn't sit on that.
And also, I will not sit there, right, or lime there anytime after 7.
5:30.
Okay, thank you very much.
I wouldn't want to be there.
I wouldn't want to be there.
I think it needs some more lighting.
Yes.
Yeah. Although I'm happy that they took down the wall so you can actually see over.
The tree should remain. The tree, the whole history with that
it's
tree.
Open now. You can see in and out.
But I just say, we just have a square there taking up so much space, and we could be doing something with it.
Andrew, but we must have these monuments. We must have things like that makes St. Lucia different.
Sorry.
Our library must remain. Andre, no, leave it right there.
Even the library, as you mentioned that. All that space, just taking up all that space there. Yeah, why don't we move the library to some other location? Why not?
Like what?
Why not?
Like where?
I don't know. It's just
no, but
crossing my mind.
Isn't that central for you? I'm not saying they can't, but isn't that central for you? The library?
And how many people even go there right now? How many people really utilize the library anymore?
Well, because of the advent of
social media and so on. So all that taking up all that time there. Taking up all that space. Anyway, just a thought. Thought.
Andre, you're right. People are going to kill you for saying that. I look forward to the new week coming.
All right. Well, maybe people can chime in a little later and say how they feel about it. Anyway.
But Andre, let me just remind you. Remember, we have psychologists,
Yes.
Dr. Phil and Clarissa coming in today.
11:30.
So we have to shorten today's
Yes, we're
program
going to be
11.
ending at exactly, well, say about a minute before 11.
Yeah.
So we can, set things up and everything. All right?
Yeah.
Good. So we may not have the shout outs depending on how things go.
Okay.
Okay, we may not have it. So let's just move on. Let me do some take care of the house chores as always.
Yes,
Yeah.
Andre, food, yes. Oh, before you even do that,
Sure.
how did Tony enjoy his meal yesterday?
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony.
Well, when I gave him the package, he said to me, "What? That heavy boy."
You made them put in extra.
No, actually, I think Yaslin, of course, that's the way she sells her food. She gives a lot.
Oh, okay, it's a lot.
She gives a
Okay.
lot. She really, really does.
You don't have to drop my girlfriend to Viewfort on Saturday.
You must stop by.
So
Stop by.
I will definitely see if we can leave earlier
Yeah,
and possibly
just stop by.
Stop there.
Yeah. What time you supposed to be going on there? Because you can treat your friend to some grilled bread.
I'll check on that later, but I think we may be leaving Castries probably about 12:31.
Oh,
because
perfect,
I can't remember which airline she's
Perfect.
traveling on.
The bread will be ready by the time you get there. All right.
Gussie, good morning. A couple days ago, she sent me a little note. I'm watching you on telly.
So,
Andre, she said hello.
okay, hello to you. Hello to you. What's her name, Gussie?
Yeah, she was a former Carnival Queen
Oh, she
contestant.
was?
First runner-up. Yeah.
Wow. Henry Solution, right?
Yeah.
St. Lucia.
And then she moved to the States. I can't remember which year, but it definitely has to be somewhere around 1990.
In the 1990s.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere there. Oh, maybe 89 or 88. Sorry, not in the 90s.
Yeah.
Probably 88, somewhere there.
So when I gave
89.
Anthony the package, he just took it. He says, "That really heavy." So I imagine he had a whale of a time because he has his family, and I'm sure he
Okay.
probably distributed some of the package.
Andre, you didn't say if he said thank you. You just said he talked about the weight.
Yeah, I
Did he
think
say
he said thank you. I
for
think he
the
said
meal?
he said thank
A
you
lot
when I
of people
gave it to him.
forget to say thank you. That is
That's
so
true.
important.
That's true. Sometimes I'm so bad with it. When I say bad, meaning I'm really awful.
Forgetful?
No. I say it even the following day.
Good.
I still say it.
Yeah, that's good.
Because sometimes the person really goes out of their way for you, and you feel as though the one time you said to them thank you, like it's just not sufficient. You need to go back and say it again.
Totally agree.
Yeah, 'cause
I do that, Andre.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I do that.
Okay, so here we go now. So the menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place is simple today: chicken pilau. Yeah.
I like chicken.
Kina loves it as well.
My hubby does a good. My mom too. They used to, from the two of them. Ooh, my mom don't cook now, but when she did it, Andre, you ate everything and licked it up too.
And I can tell you, when you say you bite at the Tomaso Bread Place, you get a lot.
Oh, really?
You get a lot.
So,
Yeah.
Andre, it's best to Can you sit there? Because I didn't see
Yes,
that.
of course. There's a sitting area. Yeah, if you'd like to.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Oh, so we'll have to leave earlier
Yeah.
to check that.
In fact, when you sit there, you can actually see the goings on. Right. Yeah, how
So
they
you
do the
behind?
bread and everything at the back there.
Oh, okay. So you're behind.
Because
Yeah.
I was there yesterday, and they had what do you call it again, Bonji? Look, I'm forgetting the name of the bread thingy, and it has coconut in it. What's that called again? I'm
Bread
forgetting.
thing that have coconut.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's a
like,
cake.
No, well, it's a kind of cake, but what's it called again?
Turnover.
Turnover.
Okay. I used to eat a lot of that when I was a little girl.
I hadn't had it in a little while. And it
But I
tasted
just
really
find some
good.
people don't grate the coconut, so while you're eating it, there's a big piece and a big piece. I don't like that. I like to,
Yeah.
it must be soft and well grated. Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice yesterday. I must say so. So anyway, as I said, if you sit there, you can see the goings on.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's going to be chicken pilau. And remember to check the wide variety of CMOS beverages. And I told you can try the peanut.
I tried that from someone
It's
else. The
really,
peanut is really good.
it's
So I
really
must try from
smooth.
them.
It's smooth. You don't feel any grits or anything like that in your
Yeah.
throat.
Yeah.
So you have the CMOS beverages, which include coconut, very, very nice, the ginger, the peanut and the peanut punch, and the regular CMOS with flax seeds and chia seeds. And let me tell you something.
Which
you
one
know,
is
you
best?
see those
Which one you like? The regular?
I like the peanut.
Okay.
But I know
That
for
sounds
sure
good
that
for me.
the regular CMOS with the flax seeds and chia seeds, that's powerful stuff. I mean, the health, if you read the health benefits of flax seeds and chia seeds, my gosh, man.
Well,
it's
Andre,
off
there's
the
a
roof.
girl who said, a friend of mine who said she went to check to the doctor and she had a cyst. And someone recommended she drink it, the CMOS. And when she went back to the doctor, which is time now for the surgery, he couldn't find it.
Hey, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how true that is,
Yes.
but that's what she told me.
But I can tell you, you see, I think the chia seeds, these are very expensive. They're very expensive. So, that's good stuff.
So
That's
are they
good
selling it by the ingredients inside of it? So would that be more than the peanut?
No,
Or they
it's
all
the same
the
price.
same?
Same price,
Okay.
yeah. So you have flax seeds in there and the chia seeds. If you read upon them,
Oh, flax seeds, you can just eat flax seeds just
yeah,
like
if
that.
if you read upon
Yeah.
it, man, this thing, the health benefits are off the charts.
Yeah. And you can just eat it.
Okay, so that's what's
Like
happening
how
at the
you would eat
Tomazo.
nuts.
Yeah, the Tomazo bread place today is going to be chicken pilau. So enjoy to the max. Now, before we move on, I have to say happy birthday to a very, very special lady in my life. Her name is Abina Paul. She's my daughter. She's celebrating her birthday today.
I'm thinking of an older person. Okay, her name is Abina.
Yeah, Bina.
Andre, you have a pet name for her. You don't call her Abina. Is that how you call her?
We call her Beans.
Okay.
Yeah, Beans. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
where did you get the name from?
And she calls
Abina?
she calls me Dudes. Yeah, Dudes.
Okay, not dad.
Not that, Dudes.
Okay.
Yeah. So today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Abina.
Yeah, she's my firstborn, as they say. So she resides in French Guyana. I think she's listening right now. I believe
Oh,
so.
the first one.
Yeah,
I was
the
thinking
first
of
one.
that. Okay, yeah.
No.
I never knew the first one name. Okay,
Yeah.
but I met her once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when she came to Radio 100.
Oh, you were there that time?
Of course, Andre.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that the time when I was interviewing her?
Thought it was, maybe. I probably thought it was one of your ladies.
Whenever I put her up as my display pic, oh my gosh, man. I mean, I get all the messages. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Who's that lady?
Yeah. She looks good.
She's pretty.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah.
I remember the
and
day.
very nice skin.
Yeah, and she's very pleasant.
Yeah.
Very pleasant. Very,
I
very
remember
nice.
her.
I remember the day she was born. I can remember that as clear as daylight, When the doctor, the nurse brought her out before the mom actually came out. And I saw this pink, pretty little
Pink baby.
Yeah, pretty little baby girl coming out there, little lips and so on, a little dry
Did
lips.
you know it was a girl?
Because when I asked, I said, it said it's a girl. I said, what? A girl? I didn't expect a girl, to be honest with you, because in those days you couldn't tell beforehand what the sex will be. So unless, of course, it was that was around at that time, and I just didn't know that. So I was a little surprised, to be honest with you. I said, a girl? But when you develop a relationship with
Babies,
them now,
yeah.
boy,
It's
that's
a baby,
it.
yeah.
Off the charts. I remember when the mother came out after, and she was like,
Andre, that is not easy, That is not easy.
yeah.
I mean, it's not easy. That's why sometimes when we hear how some men treat the woman who has just given them a child, it is so sad. It is so sad.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's really, really true. And then to make it was to abandon the two of them after.
And well, that's complicated, Andre? I mean, the child is innocent, yes, but it's so complicated because some of the times, both of them went into this head on, and I literally head on, because they were not ready for a child. And they went and as we say, they went and do the nasty,
Yeah.
And look at what happened.
You're ready for that one.
And poor child have to suffer, you know what I mean?
Sorry, yeah, it's true. I often ask myself, because so many children are the victims of men who just act as though the children do not exist. They stay away.
And they forget who they are.
They stay away. There's a young lady who I know, as we speak there right now, she's going through some issues with herself and the child is sick and so on. And I said to her, why don't you, get the father to come and assist and so on? She told me, no. She won't even ask him.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And you know what?
So
what the amazing thing is, Andre, and I like that, when the child looks exactly like the person who abandoned them, whether it's the mother or whether it's the father.
But I like even more?
What?
When those children do exceptionally well.
But that's when they want to come back.
Oh my God. That's what I like the most. Yeah, because
That's
they
when the parent
always
wants to come
figure as though you're lapo.
Yeah.
You're lapo little child. It wouldn't amount to much. Right? And sometimes these children do so well.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes the children, you might have a female, apart from excelling, academically and otherwise, right? They marry some guy who's well off, things like that.
And the reverse happens.
Yeah,
where,
you left in the lurch. You left in the lurch, man. You're just there.
But psychologically, that really affects some boys and girls. Some of them live to never understand why they were abandoned.
I'm glad I was just about asking you that question. Let me ask you, what do you think is going on in the mind of a male who lives his life? He knows he has a child in wherever, right? He knows he has a child there and would just stay away, not get involved in the child's life. He sees the child, and I know situations like that. You see the child and you just act as though that's not your child. You go past that child. I'm talking about stuff that I know.
Well, that one is really
you
terrible.
pass the child. You're driving your vehicle as though the child does not exist. I cannot understand. I've asked myself that question time and time again. Right? How could somebody do something like that?
Well, I mean, this one is extreme, to be passing the child and so on. But Andre, let's take it from the early stages of, was that a real relationship?
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying, was that a real relationship? So that puts a lot of pressure on the two of them. And some people, instead of understanding, well, this individual is innocent, and I won't speak to him, I won't speak to her, but I will do what I have to do, even if I have to, go through a best friend or the parents, to be able to pass on the money or whatever I'm giving for the child. They just decide, I don't want to be with him, I don't want to be with her, And of course, the mother is not in a position most of the times to assist that child. And so there will always be problems because she's always mad, especially if the child looks like the father. Every time she looks at the child, she sees him, she's mad at the child. She begins to treat that child badly. But there is the flip side of it where that woman will say, I don't care about him. I will take care of my child. I will love my child. I'll bring my child up as best as I can with the little that I have,
Yes.
And of course, some people rally around that individual and help the child. And so that child might have lots of aunties, and that helps.
Yeah, if you're fortunate enough to be in that environment. Yes, I agree.
But I don't know if I can blame the men, and I don't know if I can always blame the woman. It is a balance, Andre. Some of them, the two of them probably destroyed the whole relationship, and so the man is angry, and because he's angry, he's angry with even the child. That is an innocent being.
Exactly.
That will one day grow up, And
as I said, you're so angry that you act like that child does not exist. How could you? I hope I'm speaking to somebody who's listening right now who's in that situation.
They're listening.
How could you just live your life and act as though the child does not exist? You see the child, you know the child is there, you know the mother is there alone dealing with that issue. Sometimes you'd be surprised as to what mothers have to do to ensure they can, as you said, they put food on the table and to send the children to school, give them the uniform and this and that. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
Shoes. I mean, you're wearing shoes every day.
But illness, when the children are sick.
Yes.
To know you're not involved in any of that. You just live in your life, man.
And you still have to have, right now, you still have to have $20 to get to the health center. So it's not free. So, sometimes the mother don't even have a cent to be able to get that child to school.
And they're working. Sometimes the mothers are working. But as you said, the little that they have, is just not enough.
Electricity, water, rent,
It's crazy. It's crazy. What, boy? I don't know. They have to be.
But Andre, sometimes the men are so very angry. And because they're so angry, they feel that what they're doing is right.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, sometimes they have people around them who even reinforce that.
Yeah.
You have mothers. You have mothers who telling you, oh, that's not your child, things like that. You have a sister who telling you the same thing, that's not your child. Like, you know how that girl was already. How you so sure that's your child. And the fellas like to hear that. Some of the fellas, they like the fact that you say
the
that.
ignorant ones.
Yeah, and they say this for true, for true. That's true. That's true.
Ones.
But maybe that's not my child for true, because she had this and that. And that's another thing I never understood again. You see me? I cannot see how I can check a lady if I know the lady is checking somebody else. Or
if you know, right?
Yeah, if I know, right? Or a situation where she has more than one, and you know that, and you still go in there. Yeah, you still go in there. You know the lady has more than one guy that she's seeing. You're aware of that.
And Andre, exactly. So therefore, even if you say she was seeing 3, she was seeing 4, you were there too. So chances are that is your child, or that could very well be your child.
And they're saying now, and that's the point I was making, highly unlikely that it's mine. Yeah?
Right. Andre, it only takes a split second. Men must remember that, and women must remember that. It only takes a split second. All right? And bam, you're pregnant. 3-4 weeks later, some people don't even find out for 6 weeks, and then it's obviously too late. You know?
And you know, as we're talking about that, I remember time there's a lady I was speaking with. I'll just want to make a point where the whole cervical cancer issue is concerned. I was talking to a lady, beautiful lady. I don't see her anymore. I guess maybe she probably left St. Lucia or something. And that lady told me she had 4 guys, right, who she was sleeping with, all 4. Okay, and she told me exactly why she was doing it.
Okay.
Same things we're talking about. They figure they have to survive. So one provides this, another one provides that, and the other, right? So this is just crazy. Okay. And I said to her, so let me ask. I said, the guys you checking, are they aware of what you're doing? She told me no. She
So
said,
wait,
yeah,
we're
they
talking
don't-
about
they
St.
don't-
Lucia.
St. Lucia.
Wow, lucky woman.
Yeah, she
Nobody
said to me.
told.
She told me that they don't know. They don't know that she's checking the 4 of them. Yeah, imagine that.
Andre, I mean, that's very unlikely for you to be seeing 4 people and they will not know about it. So, I mean, I don't want to go on air and say anything, but it had to probably be one married man in there that he wants his secret.
All 4.
Or maybe all 4. Because, I mean, come on. Somebody.
Exactly.
How are they getting into a house? How is she getting into the car at some point?
There are girls I've spoken to already who have a young guy, right? They have a young guy who can, service them, if you understand what I'm saying. And they have a much older guy who helps them pay the rent and so on. And they tell you those things. They tell you. I say, what? So,
well, I mean, that's in time memorial. That always happened, Andre. We know that. That always happened.
But to say it out loud.
Somebody to come out and say it with conviction.
Yeah, man.
I mean, come on. She needs to go and work.
So, well, they work as well, but again, it's what they're bringing home. So I'm talking about that because of the whole cervical cancer issue.
Yeah.
Because
more
cervical
chances,
cancer, it's from a virus, and usually it's
don't know which one.
Yeah, it's
of the 4 of the 10 or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And apparently, it seems as though I mean, I'm not an expert, that maybe the man is the one who's carrying this virus, and during the sexual encounter now this thing is transmitted.
I've heard that.
So that's why the authorities are really encouraging women to go check, right?
Yeah,
I said that the
yearly
pap
check.
smears and things like that are important because it's actually treatable if you catch it early enough.
Like anything else.
Exactly. If you catch it early enough, then you can treat it. So I'm just saying, if you know that this is how you're living your life, don't take any chances, because cervical cancer, they said, is the second most form of cancer in St. Lucia. I think breast cancer is the most common, if I'm not mistaken. I think
don't
so.
know. One of
I'm
these
not too
days we
sure.
must have Dorothy Phillip to come over and talk about it.
I think that'd be a good idea. Be a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yesterday, remember you mentioned a young lady that has been missing.
Right.
So now that was confirmed by the police. I think she's 6. How old is she?
16.
Six,
No, is it
16?
16? No, 30, something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking
you're
about
reading the
another
other
thing.
one.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about something else. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I think so, early 30s, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Get the,
so they said she's been missing since Saturday, January 3rd, and she's pregnant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
he said that on the show yesterday.
So I don't know. I mean, I hope they locate the lady. I hope all is well with her. If somebody is harboring the
She's
lady,
34.
34.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cassie.
If somebody is harboring the lady,
Cassie John.
yeah, for whatever reason,
And Andre, the fact that she's pregnant, that is, I mean, of concern. She needs her vitamins. She needs to make sure she's eating and eating right for the 2 of them. I mean, pretty. I mean, but they're not saying if she lives alone. We don't know the rest of the story. If she lives alone and she lives with her parents, if she has a partner. Obviously, she has a partner because she's pregnant. But you know what I mean? A living-in partner.
yes. But somebody's concerned, because hence the police is getting involved.
Right.
So they must have reported it to the police. So no doubt, maybe a family member, right? So then here we go again. I hope that whoever the father is, that he's involved as well. When I say involved, meaning he's showing care and concern, that he's interested in ensuring that the lady is located, wherever she may be. Now, sometimes,
And
these
hope
things.
it's not a negative thing that
Right,
they don't find her
yeah.
remains. Or
I'm trying
anything
not to think about that, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
yeah.
I'm thinking more positive that maybe
Yeah,
she's
like-
at somebody's home or
Right.
something. So if that's the case, and you're listening right now, hey, listen.
Let her out.
Yeah, that's not a. Especially when you have family members who are worried about their loved one.
Yeah.
Okay,
They want to sleep properly.
and the girl is
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And the
And Andre, what about the little boy
little boy.
from the Clary? That story that we probably will hear more about it today, or maybe you will hear more about it today. The little boy that was swinging on the pole, and the pole fell on him.
Now, I heard that, to be honest with you, but I don't have any details, so that's why I didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
To be honest, what is it that
Well-
you're hearing?
What I heard, I need to get it. What I heard was the fact that he was not at a training session, a sports training session. It was already evening time. So he obviously lives close by or something. And maybe not supervised, unsupervised. He was at the field, playing with it, swinging on it. And it fell on him, and
Wow.
he didn't make it. 7 years old.
Gee.
Yeah, 7 years old. You know what that can do to a parent?
Oh, man.
Andre, that is, a lot of people separate because of that. Because one is blaming the other as to why you let him out of the house. Why weren't you watching? All of these questions,
Yeah.
And I feel for that little boy, and I feel for the parents. I don't think they're, it's a married couple. Yeah. So
Okay.
I hope we hear.
Yeah, let's
some
see
more
it until we
about
get
it.
some
Yeah.
more details about this particular incident. But we also have to mention the juvenile that was charged for, I think, it's in a stabbing death of another
yes.
teen.
Uh-huh.
I think they're both 16 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a young person now who has been charged. This is very, very serious and very, very sad to hear.
Very.
And again, I feel sorry for the 16-year-old, the perpetrator I'm talking about. I feel
why
even
is
worse.
he holding a knife in
Yeah.
his hand? What did he use to stab? But why are they doing that? Why are they going to school with these pieces of these kind of gadgets? Why? What are they doing that for? Obviously, you have intent if you're holding on to that.
Sometimes they carry it maybe to make themselves feel good. Sometimes they're having issues with schoolmates
True.
or whoever, not necessarily schoolmates, but
And
could be
so I'll
somebody.
protect myself,
Yeah,
let me hold
protect
it.
myself. Yeah, and then when you come around me, let me give you a little scenario. There was some time ago there was a video making the rounds where you saw a young boy, probably around the same age. Maybe he was stabbing another one. Okay, he was stabbing another one, and I watched the video, and the boy had this rage, man, this rage. Okay, and I asked myself, I said to myself, how would I feel if I saw my son behaving that way, stabbing another one? The other one was actually on the road, so he was definitely in a situation where there's nothing much he could have done because the boy was just going at him. All right,
Put himself in a fetal position.
and let me ask you exactly. So let me ask you, if you as a parent, okay, had to see that video or had to find out that your son was the perpetrator in the stabbing like that, okay, or as in this particular case, would you prefer your son to have been the one who was on the receiving end of that thing, or the son who was there doing the stabbing?
Neither one, Andre. No, I wouldn't want to know that my child is in that sort of
Space.
that space that I mean, it's got to. If it's in the school, it's got to finish in the school. So when we get out of the school, there will be no quarreling, no fighting, no stabbing, no kicking, no anything like that. Because once you don't settle it in the school, they're going to take
Of
you on
course.
the outside. And generally they have their team, their group, their gang as well. So no, I really wouldn't want that. And no one should agree with something like this. No one should say that I would prefer. Of course, if you're saying the child has died, and so I would have preferred it the other way around. For that reason, yes.
Okay.
But we don't know if the one on the ground was beating up the other one first. We don't even know that. So I'm saying no to the two of them. Not at all. That's violence.
Exactly. So we really empathize with the perpetrator, right? Because God knows what's going on in his life. We empathize with his family, especially maybe you have maybe a single mother.
And Andrew, that must be for a simple thing.
Usually,
it's a simple thing.
Yeah, you disrespect me. Yeah, you
Or maybe
disrespect
you
me
took
to my girlfriend.
Ah,
It's true, it's
Yeah,
really, really
yeah.
true. So we really empathize with if there's a single mom or if you have both mom and dad involved in the perpetrator's life, I feel it for you. And by the same token, I feel it now for the victim who's gone, okay? Because you don't want, murder charges being proffered against this young person there. And then, of course, you have his family as well. I'm talking about the victim. Now they have the burden of dealing with their grief and their hurt and their pain, and then now to compound it, right? The victim's family are the ones, and I always talk about that, to be the ones to bury their loved one.
but
And
Andre, let's look at it the other way around. If it was your son who stabbed and killed, would you be the one to call up that person's parents or parent to apologize?
Oh yes. I would do that as soon as possible, because sometimes the victims don't want to hear from you.
No.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
You've got to give them that space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would also do what I can financially, right, to help out and
Okay.
so on. I'll make sure I do that, because that's why I keep bringing up that point. We often forget how expensive it is
For burial.
for burials. They're expensive, and for you to act as though, I did what I did and I don't really care. So if I were allowed to apologize, right, if my son were to do that, God forbid, I would make sure I offer some kind of financial assistance.
But what if you are one of those also who is in agreement with the son doing what he did?
Well, I will never be in agreement with that for sure. I will not.
there are people
It
that
doesn't
would
matter
be.
whether he's in the right, in the wrong. I will not agree to that.
Totally.
It's no
Totally.
way, no way. But I do know that, because I remember there was an incident one time where something untoward had happened to them, and it was somebody who I knew, okay, and a family member of mine was involved, right? And I remember I tried reaching out, I really did, and a member of the other family said to me, Andre, no.
Yeah, let it go for now. In the
yeah.
early stages,
not now,
always
because
very hard.
they're too angry.
Yeah.
They're too angry.
Yeah. And you can't blame them, because you would be too.
Yes, and interesting. I saw the relative of this person years later, and he was very pleasant with me, very pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think at that time he had already resolved the issues and so on.
Understood. Understood why why it happened that way. And some people obviously are more mature than others.
Yes. And talking about that, I had a story this morning talking about dying intestate. There's this Justice Parag Singh. He was giving a talk. I think it was hosted by the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, and talking about making plans for the day after, for your dependents. And you're saying that people can save the justice system a lot of stress by simply having a will.
Yeah.
Simply having a will.
Yeah.
Because when we don't have a will, it really does create a lot of problems. And there's also expenditure as well for you to get things right. The system, that system is only ready to dig out your eyes. Yeah. So for the mistakes that we make, like things like not preparing a will, the system is going to come at you, right? Unless, of course, you do like what a lot of people do. They just completely ignore. You say, well, the land can stay there. I don't care.
And then government takes it.
Yeah, I don't care.
If you ignore it, government is going to take it after years.
Yeah, nobody was to get involved. Nobody was, because there's no will because of the stress involved. So this is something that we hardly
But Andre,
talk
if there's
about.
no will, it's sometimes easier because it should be just shared among the family.
Yeah.
But sometimes, Andre, there is a will and the family's still fighting about it.
Well, that part I don't know.
Well, I can tell you.
I don't know.
Some
But
of them are still fighting.
If there is no will, trust me on that one, boy. Unless, of course, you have a family that really, really, prays together, sticks together, you got problems, boy. My family's been through this kind of thing already. Yeah, back in the day of my grandfather and so on. You're thinking that you know the law, you think you know the way it works and so on, and only to find out in that particular circumstance it doesn't work that way. And then now the family on the other side realize they have an edge now. They have an edge, and boy, I tell you, I've been through that already. And sometimes you have the lawyers now making things even worse. The lawyers themselves some lawyers, they make it worse because they know that maybe the person is right, but because of the fact that maybe if you go according to what the law says, that means the other family is left out completely, right? So they don't care. They figure they are looking for the well-being of their client.
Of the client. And a lot of them do that, Andre. A lot of them do that. I come to you and I tell you, X left something for me, and instead of you following up to find out if it is really so, you're just writing the X person to say, get out, or my client has said so and so and so, when it's not that way at all.
Exactly. And sometimes they don't care. You have children involved, and people being put outside their homes and so on, simply because you're looking for the welfare of your client. My gosh, man, where's the
welfare of your client?
Where's the compassion? Too. Yeah, exactly that too. Where's the little compassion that you have to think of, the little picnic that's there? If you put them out now, the children have to find some place to sleep. That doesn't bother you simply because you know your client is in the right. Gosh,
but Andre, we do understand the law is the law. Andre, we do understand the law is the law, and if the person have to leave, the person should leave. But what I think, Lillian C should go is to say, okay, instead of letting you out in 24 hours, I will give you 3 months, possibly 6 months to get somewhere, get yourself. But some people say, get out, 24 hours. The man or woman, the person have not even been buried yet. And it's like, get out.
Yeah.
And I think that is the most hurtful thing that anyone can do, because you've got to always try to put yourself in that person's place, and a lot of that is happening.
But you see, even if the law does say so, okay, that is why you have this thing called compassion and love and so on, right? Love and understanding and this sort of thing. It's supposed to overrule and override the law. Let me explain what I mean. You have somebody who has committed a crime. Okay? And according to the law, you're supposed to serve 30 years in prison. But again, a judge will look at the circumstances, extenuating, right? And aggravating circumstances and say, something, I understand, what he was doing at the time there. He was hurt. I remember like a long time ago, I read a story where an old gentleman was robbing a bank where he worked. He was the general manager, and he was robbing the bank, right? And when he was caught during his trial, it was found out that he was dating a young woman, and the young woman was constantly pestering him for more and more money, and he wants to please her and this sort of thing. And I remember that the judge took that into account.
What?
Yeah, they actually took it into account. They said they understood why he was doing it. So instead of doing 30 years, they say, okay, I understand, we're going to give you 15 years in that particular situation. So that's what I'm talking about. So even if the law says so and so, but mercy and compassion supposed to kick in. Let me tell you something. My grandfather used to have a house he used to rent in Waterworks Road. Okay? And once upon a time, he wasn't able to go now and, pick up the rent and this sort of thing. And I remember I went to the house, and this person had not paid a rent in years. Okay, so the house was beginning to have a lot of issues and so on, okay? And I remember I went inside there. When I went inside, I saw a little boy coming out, and I said to him, where's your mother? He said to me, she's there. So he went to get her. She came outside. I see about 2 or 3 of the little ones coming up, plop, 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 behind her. I just walked out. Because
So what did you tell your father, your granddad?
I didn't tell him anything.
Yeah, he didn't ask?
Yeah, well, because he would have asked them to leave. I know the way but I saw the situation. I said to myself,
yeah, but Andre, what about your situation? He's taking care of you.
Who's taking care of me?
Your granddad.
No, I was a young adult
Big
already.
man already.
Yeah,
okay.
Young adult.
Because I'm saying he has to find the food to take care of you.
I could see the situation. I could see it.
I understand.
Yeah,
that,
I could see it. I said, no.
But if your rent is $200, I'm just looking at a little figure, which it isn't. But let's look at a little figure. Your rent is $200. Why can't you say I only have $50, sir? I only have $50. Can I just give it a $50?
But we spoke about it
People say
earlier. We spoke
people
about it.
don't give any.
Yeah.
But what about the other
Yeah,
person?
yeah, I know. But remember what we spoke about earlier. Single mom, barely making it and so on, struggling, right? You have to remember all those things.
I am, Andre, remembering that. I
Yeah, so I'm
understand
saying,
that.
so that's what I'm
But
saying.
you also have to look at the other person. No, you do. I mean, some of them have a lot and they can let it go, but some, that is the only means of paying the other bills.
Yeah, as I said, the structure was crumbling, and so I know eventually they would have left. Let me give you another story before.
No,
before we end.
I still on that story.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever eventually happened.
Yeah, and she left eventually. She left.
So
She left.
so you all were able to keep that place, or it went to shreds, the house?
Well, that's
'Cause dilapidated.
that's
of
another
course.
story. That's another story.
All right,
That's another
because
story.
I would imagine.
That's you see that one? That's a completely different story. So I'll tell that another time. So I'm just saying, when I saw the situation, I said, "Awa,
You're going to approach her.
yeah, I did to come and ask
So
you to
you just say
to
hello.
leave.
I just passing.
Yeah. I just asked. I said, "Hey, are you ready? You ready?"
Oh,
She said, "Me no, sorry, Mr. Paul."
Oh, so you
blah,
did
blah,
ask.
blah.
You just didn't press
of course,
it.
I didn't press it. I
Okay.
left that alone.
Right.
Now, let me give you a story. There's a guy, and I want to say that. There's a guy who works for courts. I think he transports. He uses his vehicle to transport the merchandise and so on.
Yeah.
When you purchase something at courts,
Yeah.
I'm saying it because I think what he did there, I felt so proud of the guy. Okay,
Because I was just
So
saying you
he's
mentioned
still-
in the company.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. He still works with courts, as a matter of fact. In fact, whenever I meet him, I usually bring up that story. I said,
Okay.
"Boy, I can never forget that story." He said to me, "Is this his truck?" He was driving in a particular location, and he said a mango fell on the windscreen, on his windscreen, and the windscreen cracked, right, completely. So he got out of his vehicle.
Big mango boy.
Yeah, he got out of his vehicle, and he said he was going to look for the owner of the property to complain what had happened, right? So he said he asked, who owns that tree? So they said to him, the person living just inside there, right? So he said he went, and he said, "Good afternoon," or whatever. He knocked the door, and he said he saw an old, decrepit-looking lady coming out. He just said, "That's okay, Mom. That's all right. That's all right."
Yeah.
And he left. He said to me, he just looked at the lady and he figured, "There's no way that lady will be will be able to afford to pay for my damages." He just left. Every time I see him, I remind him of
Thank
that
goodness
story.
he was so
And you know what he said to
calm.
me? You know what he said to me? He said to me, "Andre, you would never believe the kind of blessings that I have received because of that act I did there."
Good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
so that's what I was saying about the law does say. I mean, I'm saying the lawyers sometimes, they're fighting for their client. I understand that. But you have to look at the circumstances, right? And say to yourself, "Me, man, awa. Yes, I know my client is right," and so on. As you said a while ago there, give them some time, give them 3 months, whatever. But some people move right away.
Get out, yeah.
I remember Richard Frederick gave me that story years ago, right? When we were
On radio.
when we were friends. He said to me that there's a lady living in a house.
Andre, why are you saying that? Y'all are still friends.
No,
You know,
no,
bosom.
no, we're not. No, we're not at all. So,
And Andre says that bold.
yeah, bold. Yeah, it's no secret. It's no secret. He tells people anyway. So he said to me. He said to me he was representing a particular person. That lady was actually seeing a guy who was married. Okay, and she took care of the guy in his sickness. She took care of this guy. Took care of the guy. Nursed him as best as she could. But eventually, the guy succumbed. Okay, and he said that as soon as that happened, the wife came. Get out, get out, get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Right? And Richard said he took that matter to court, and he fought a good fight that you must give the lady some time. You can't just just leave just so. So I'm just bringing all these
Yeah.
little stories to show you that despite the fact that the law may be on your side, there's still this
It's
level of
just
compassion you're
unfortunate that
supposed
he
to
was
feel.
still married. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But she wasn't wrong in doing that. It's just the way she went about it, for sure. Because you know already, that's her husband's. Everything is hers. Well, let's say
Exactly.
50% is hers.
And when you don't have the will,
And he didn't.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't.
why she could claim
Yeah.
and say, get out. Because by right, 50% is hers. The woman could have still been saying the other 50%,
Yeah,
give me the
exactly.
time and so on.
So
Bravo
that's
to-
why a lot of ladies with guys, and they don't bring up that topic at all because they figure, I don't want him to think, I want his money. Right?
But there was a movie of that, I forget her name now. There was a movie with something that all her life she was living with this married man. She was on Dynasty.
Mm.
I've forgotten her real name, but she was on Dynasty. And all her life she was living with the married man. The wife never knew. It's a movie, huh? And then his assistant, his personal assistant, knew about it. That's the only person that knew. They traveled together, did everything together. And one day she received a call that he died. And of course, she was in this apartment, big money, and whatever. And Andre, from the time he died, no money is coming in. And this, his assistant, helped her and told her, the wife knows nothing about it. I suggest you find a job, you do whatever. It was never the same for this girl because she didn't have a job for years. He didn't want her to work. And so she was just like a kept woman, taking care of her and doing everything. Andre, the story ends where basically after many years, she had to find another older man to take care of her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's how the story, I've forgotten her name, but she was on Dynasty. Yeah.
Anyway, we got to wrap it up. Folks, we have the healing process.
Yes.
And a lot of us need healing, man. Yeah, a lot of us need healing, so please.
And Andre, one of the things that they do that I found out last Thursday right here is that the first five callers,
yes, thanks for
their
mentioning
names
that.
go into the box, and at the end of the month, and this is going on for some time, we don't know how long, I asked Phil and Claire, and you get an opportunity to win one person from the box every month, $200.
Wow.
So people keep those calls coming in.
I see the box there.
The box is there, yes. Kina left. Thank you, Kina. Kina left the box for me. So the first five calls. But we're not saying that only 5 persons have to call. Keep calling. Ask your questions. The lines will be open at 12.
Okay, so the healing process coming up at 11:30 right here on REV-UP St. Lucia.
And thank you to those who sent text messages because, Andre is saying we got to go. We can't read them on Facebook. Yeah.
We'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, God willing.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And our platform.
Yeah. And folks, hey, we're planning already for Valentine's Day, our programming for Valentine's Day. You're going to love it. Yeah, you're gonna love it. We have some really nice prizes already working on that. All right, so we gotta wrap it up right now. So listen, Lady J, have yourself a great show.
Thank you, Andre.
All right, so Lady J will be with you until 3:00 this afternoon.
I'm surviving. Today's day 5.
yeah, I listened yesterday.
Day 5.
Oh, by the way, my son Hassani, who's going to be here from 3:00 this afternoon. His birthday is also this month. Yeah.
Oh, he's a January.
Yeah,
born.
January. So
Okay.
my daughter and Hassani both born in January.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know how to time these things well.
Andre, anyway, tap yourself on the back. Tap yourself on the back. I agree. Okay, if you know how to time it so well, what's the month of number 3?
Well, I think I didn't calculate properly.
See, listeners? See, I got him now. He cannot even get the word out. Now he can't even say which month.
Okay, folks.
So we'll close it
Thanks
there.
for listening. Thanks for viewing on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. And hey, by the way, DBS television as well. Thank you.
DBS, good morning to you.
Yeah, have a great day. All right?
Yeah.
So this has been Harddrive, brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Randalli's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keurings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
REV-UP St. Lucia, your healthy alternative.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
95.9 FM, the alpha of radio. REV-UP St. Lucia, your healthy alternative.
That is freaking awesome, dude.